Our featured speaker is a financial educator, author, and retirement income planner who's earned the prestigious Chartered Financial Analyst designation held by less than 1% of the financial advisory community. Please welcome the creator of the proprietary Smiling Retiree process, Mr. Navi Dowty.
Business Expert Forum, welcome. I'm glad to be talking to you here at Harvard today. When I was a kid, I delivered newspapers. And one winter, I earned enough money to buy a plane ticket to go out and visit my grandparents out in Southern California. They took me to all the great sites, the great telescope at Mount Palomar, the tar pits. Disneyland was there. The place I remember the most was the Museum of Science and Industry, however, in Los Angeles, because on the second floor, there's hanging this gigantic whale skeleton. It seemed like it was as long as a football field back then. And I'm looking up at it one day, and I say to my grandma, "Grandma, where's the bathroom? I've got to pee." 10-year-old kid. And she points over in the corner, and there's a lighted door down there, and I'm walking down there. She says, "It's down there." So I'm walking down there, walk through the door, walk through the second door, and I hear this click. And I didn't know what it was until I felt the point of the switchblade on my throat. And the guy says, "Give me your money, kid." And so I reached in my left pocket, and I had 3 $1 bills. And I pulled them out, and he grabbed them. And he sticks his knife on my right leg, and he says, "What's in that pocket?" Well, in that pocket, I had all the rest of my fortune, a $20 bill, which was a lot of money to a kid back then. And it was everything I had, so it was supposed to last me for months. But I pulled it out, my hand's kind of shaking a little bit, and he grabs that, and then he does the oddest thing. He gave me back the $3. And I can't explain it. I've got to be the only case in the history of the world to get change from a mugger. I don't know why he did it. Just then we heard a shriek down the other end, and there's 2 other guys robbing 2 other kids down there. And my guy took a step that way, and that was my chance. Somehow I broke free, got out, ran out, found my grandma again, and she went and got the guards. And by the time the guards got down there, through the crowd and everything, the guys were gone, and I lost my money. And that was my first experience with a financial predator. Unfortunately, my next experience was also with my poor old grandmother, because a few years later, my grandfather died. When he died, he lost his pension. His pension stopped. He had been the chief engineer for a paper company, really smart guy, built the big power plants, but his pension stopped, and my grandmother ended up living on Social Security. And she couldn't make it, couldn't make ends meet, so eventually she had to move in with some of our relatives, and they, of course, took her, the little bit of money she had left, and invested it, and lost it all. So those are 3 good examples of financial predators, and they're actually great examples of Warren Buffett's #1 rule, which you all know is don't lose money, right? So what I did is I built my 9 financial service companies over the years. I kept in mind those 3 rules. And as Clint mentioned, my process is the Smiling Retiree process. I wrote a book about it, Financial Success for the Smiling Retiree, with the idea to not ever let those kinds of things happen to my clients that happened to my grandmother. So what for you in this room and people watching this, most likely your financial predators won't be people. They'll most likely be things like circumstances, mainly taxes. Taxes are going to be your biggest expense in your lifetime. Taxes and inflation, the silent tax. Just keep in mind, if you can avoid the financial predators, you too can retire with a smile.
Yeah! Fantastic. Great job.